In this video, I'm going to break down an ad that I spent $23,000 on and has generated well over $300,000. And that's just on the front end, not including any back end upsells or anything like that. This video, the main purpose is just showing you and kind of breaking down the actual ad itself. If you'd like some more information on targeting, things like that, let me know down in the comments. But this video, I just really want to dissect the actual ad. So let me zoom in a little bit here so you can see what we're working with. This is the ad. First things first, I want to break down the actual cost. So spent $23,000. This ad is not live right now. We kind of maxed it out. And that's what I found with the IG funnel type of ads is sometimes certain ads will get maxed out. Sometimes you can only spend a couple grand on it. Sometimes you can spend $20,000, $40,000, $50,000 plus on ads. But what I want to show with you on here is a couple things. The first thing right here, cost per result, and how many actual messages we've gotten out of this. Now, it's very important to understand that when you're looking at this, if I'm being honest with you guys, this number right here is probably nowhere near correct to begin with anyways. So when I work with campaigns and when I work with clients, what I always tell them is use this as a baseline, but don't use this as the main objective of what a result is going to get. So what I mean by that is just because this says $50 cost per message doesn't mean it's $50. It could be $100. It could be $25 because unless you're tracking every single message by itself, it's almost damn near impossible to get that actual number, because a lot of times what happens is somebody will click on this ad and then they message you. That counts as a message. Maybe they will click on the ad and then not message you, but go to your Instagram profile and follow you. Then you follow them, then you message them. They respond. That counts as a message. Or maybe they just follow you and then 3 weeks later, or 7 days later, whatever attribution you have on here, they message you. That counts as a message. So they might actually also click on this ad and click on 3 other ads, and then what I'm trying to get at with this is it's not super accurate when it comes to looking at this. So like for us, when I look at cost per result, we keep ours anywhere between $30 and $60 as we scale. Personally, what I'm looking for is how much quality you're getting out of this. And we actually have a new software coming out that's going to actually track the quality and the cost per quality. We're going to be giving it to our clients first, and then we'll be opening it up for the public potentially in the future. But hang with me as I kind of go through and explain what this ad actually means. So when I'm looking at this, I don't really look at results. I don't really look at reach. I don't look at impressions. I do look at frequency. This was a middle of funnel ad, so we were just retargeting people. So you can see 3.88, it's definitely getting up there. Anything over 2 is getting up there, but for middle of funnel, you can kind of push that a little bit more as long as it's bringing in results. Really all I look for is how much money it's spent, kind of the baseline right here of how many messages, quote unquote, did we get? And really what I'm looking for is what is our cost per message. For us, if our cost per qualified message, if our cost per qualified message is less than $130, I'm scaling that thing. Because if I can get 10 quality messages coming through from our data, we're booking 48% of those. So that's about 5 booked appointments. So you can do the math on that. Now let's actually break down the ad for you on here. So this is a carousel. Here's how I generate 25 plus high ticket clients from Instagram every month and pull 250K each and every month, 250K plus each and every month. The first thing I did on here is I didn't start with this type of ad as a hook right here. I actually tested this hook on multiple different ads and I found that this was a winning hook. So I took the winning hook and put it over here. The next thing I did is I just wanted to show proof. I think most people talk a big game but don't actually back it up. So I attached my numbers from the last 30 days. 21K today, 14K yesterday, last 7 days 101, last 30, 272. This is a screenshot from our Airtable dashboard. We have our own custom dashboard we built with that, but I wanted to show proof because in my eyes, understanding my avatar is the most important thing. I understand a lot of people just make up random stuff online. And I would really encourage you, when people say numbers, look for data that they're backing up behind it, right? So I'll be honest, even at the beginning of this call, at the beginning of this video, I said this ad made this amount of money, but I didn't show you how much money it made. So your bullshit detector should be going on. I don't have that data in front of me right now that I'm going to show you. So I just want to be fully transparent with you. You should be a little skeptical about the advice that you hear online. Most people won't tell you that, but I'll just be honest with you. My videos are just going to show you straight to the point. If I have the data and I can, I'll show you as much as I can. If you've seen the rest of my videos, I try to provide as much data as I can, but it would take me a while to figure out exactly each person that came from here because we've used different softwares. Now, with our new software, I will be able to give you all that. So stay tuned, because if you like this video, I can come out with another one with legit numbers I can pull up in my dashboard for my new software with newer ads. I just got to wait a little bit until they get a little bit more stale, because I know as soon as I put an ad on here, a small percent of you are going to come through and just literally copy the ad word for word. Hopefully you don't do that, but I can't stop anyone from doing what they want to do. So again, right here, just be careful who you trust online nowadays. Calling out a big pain point. I've been doing this, showing proof. I've been doing this for over 7 years now, and currently coaching 494 active coaches on how to run ads. There's a screenshot from my circle community. I'm tired of seeing bad advice floating around online, so I thought I'd give you what it really takes to consistently land 25 plus high ticket clients from Instagram every month. Here's the kicker. It's actually really simple. You only need to focus on 2 things. In fact, you should only be doing these 2 things. 1, quit the content hamster wheel. 2, start running simple ads. So let me pause here. If you notice, same background, all I'm doing is having really good copy. If you can have really good copy and keep somebody hooked, they're going to read the rest. Because someone that goes through 8 slides and reads all of it, they're going to be it's going to cost more to get that lead coming through, but they're going to be way higher quality. And that's really what we want. I don't care about just leads in general. I care about cost. I care about quality. That's it. And if you notice this, all of this is kind of like what I teach my clients is building some sort of it's like a Netflix show. Like once you see one slide, you have to see the next. And once you see the next, you're bought into 2, you have to see the 3rd and the 4th. So it's like kind of telling a story is what I'm doing with all this. You only need to focus on these 2 things. As you're looking at this, oh man, what are these 2 things? Oh, it's these 2 things. Okay, well, what's next? When I was stuck at 10K a month, I was grinding, posting 2 times daily, cold DMing prospects, hoping and praying for quality sales calls. I'm just speaking to pain points. If you're somebody stuck at 10K a month, these are probably the things you're trying to do or how you feel. I just put myself back to what I was doing when I was at that point. You're usually the best person to speak to is because you can just hit your own pain points. Since then, I generated over 10 million from one simple funnel, one simple effective ad funnel. Side note is if you're doing Stripe screenshots, those usually get flagged. So that's why we don't do Stripe. I would recommend not to do Stripe screenshots if I were you, because I haven't seen anyone successfully run those for more than a couple weeks, to be honest. And they usually get you a ban on your ad account. So be careful with that. Here we go. But first, I had to ditch all the misguiding hustler advice that I was getting online. Once I started working smarter, I scaled my business from 10K to 100K a month in just 3 months. So if you're trying to get, and then I just go into it, I'm talking pain point here. And then what I do is I just go into, a call to action, a little push for it. So if you're trying to get high ticket clients on Instagram and want a simple proven method, click the button below. I'll show you how to replicate my simple ad funnel to get more clients on Instagram. That's really it. It's telling a story. And what I would encourage you to do is when you see carousels, understand and study their copy, because it's not the images that convert. Yes, this is helpful, like me, freedom, beach, lifestyle, but it's really like the actual copy on here that's going to get somebody to convert. And one of the pieces of advice that I would leave you with, and I got this advice probably 5 years ago, is the people making the most money on ads isn't the actual ad process itself. Yes, that definitely has a big play into it, but the copy behind it it's kind of like going to the gym. That's actually a perfect analogy. If you're going to the gym every single day and you're just lifting heavy, but your diet's not in play and you're just eating pizza every night, you're never going to get the results you want, right? That's kind of how this is. If you're going and just running ads every single day, that's going to the gym, working out, but your diet, which is your copy, isn't on point, you're never going to get the results you want. And that's probably the most important thing I could give you for at least advice is when you're running ads, get really good at copy. The amazing part is you can just find other people that are running ads or people that are going viral, for example, and just study the copy that they're doing, study their hooks. because that's what it really comes down to. And I've talked about that in other videos, is understanding your, called the ABC ad copy: attention, baseline, call to action. And I have a full video breaking down, like, more importantly, like some of my ads, going in here, showing you more of these ads, understanding like the copy, the ABC. If you want that, I'll just leave the link down below this video. You go check it out and see if it's helpful for you. And if you like this video, let me know. I'm doing more of these kind of on the fly, just kind of getting a feel for what you guys like. So the more feedback you give me, the better I can curate these videos for you to provide more value.